But I think honestly, it's the whole argument. I feel like it's very semantics. Like it's just
It is,
on
yeah.
definition. It's just that the even when people say like the Dominicans like I'm not black, which I've never said that, but I do know Dominicans who do say that. But
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely think what they mean is I'm not African American, which
Yeah.
they're not.
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah.
you'll see a black person say I'm not black, but they're not saying I'm not black complexion. That would be silly. You clearly are. I think they're just saying I'm not African American because
exactly
a lot of
what it
times
is.
we equate black with African American, but there's a lot of different black. There's black Jamaicans, black Guyanese, black
Mm-hmm.
Trinidadians. So I think it's just for the people who are moderately educated. I think it's just a semantics debate.
Welcome to Hella Latina, where I hand the mic back to our people, the first gens, the immigrants, the kids of immigrants, those who exist in between two different worlds, because if we don't tell our story, who will? All right, he's
All right.
here. So
Yeah.
you don't hate me.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
I hella thought you did, but I'm glad you're here.
That was a mistake. That wasn't your fault. I imagine it wasn't your intentions.
It was not. It was
Yeah.
not. The story is Ian invited me to a comedy show.
Yes. When you were in
and
New York.
When I was in New York, and
yeah.
I was sick. That's what happened. I
Yeah.
was like hella sick, and I'm like, bro, I can't go out, but I want someone to go.
Yeah, I didn't know you were sick.
Oh.
But I understand the idea of like, let's not have these go to waste.
Yes.
So I got her tickets, and then you re-gifted them
I did.
to somebody who I kind of also knew.
Wait, what?
I kind of also knew her.
Do all Dominicans just know each
Yeah,
other?
yeah. Like I knew her also, but I didn't get to give her like the rundown, like the rules of the place.
Got it.
So I guess when she showed up, she was just like, "What is this?" Because they're very strict at the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, got
Like
it.
you got to put your phone away, you got to lock them up because sometimes celebrities come by and they don't want you to photograph them or record.
Got it.
And I think I didn't see it, but I think she had a problem with that because the manager, as soon as I walked in, they were like, "Ian, who the?" And I was like, "I don't know. I thought it was you. I didn't know you weren't there yet." And I
That's
was like, "You don't
crazy.
seem like the type to curse out the management." But I was like, "I don't know." And then I hit you up. You were like, "That's not even me."
Shout out to Milaner. We love you.
Yeah, she was cool. I feel like if I would have got to tell her, she would have been.
No, she would have been
cool.
fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, she told me there was a whole thing that went down. But she's like, I love the show. It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I think she just didn't have the context of what she
I
was
know.
walking
And I didn't
into.
give it to you because I'm like, I just want someone to go.
Right.
'cause
But
I
that
know.
place is like, they were so mad because they're always sold out. So they're like, they were doing me a favor by like holding him.
Damn, and I let you down.
No, it's
See,
fine.
That's why I'm like, he's never gonna invite me again.
No, when
Ever.
I had to tell him, I was like, it was a whole thing. But after that, I don't, like, people hit me up and I'm just like, I can't, I'm banned.
Damn, not me.
It's fine.
Damn,
it's
me being
easier.
the reason.
It's an easier life to be banned.
Easier life.
I'm like, I can't get nobody tickets.
Damn, so he's never inviting nobody.
No,
That's because
nah,
of me.
other
My
clubs
bad.
I will, but that one I know how strict they are.
That's crazy.
And,
And I
yeah.
still haven't seen a live show.
That's crazy. I mean, but you know, West Coast. You were
I know.
in San Diego.
I
as you
was in
said.
San Diego, yeah.
Yeah, which
but
I
was
I-
bi-coastal for 2 years. That's why I was always in New York.
Are you still that?
No, I
Okay.
wish I was. I
Okay,
wish I
okay.
was.
Why
I
not?
could be. Oh, that's not my
Oh,
interview.
all right, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. It's a whole long story, but I'm still trying to go to New York and still
Yeah.
trying to have that bi-coastal life.
How often
So-
were you there?
I was there like once a month.
Really?
Yeah,
That's-
like
what
once every
airline?
2 months. United.
Okay.
I flew into Newark
Oh,
because
that's
JFK.
a little better.
JFK gave me like anxiety. It was like
It's worse now.
It's worse.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, ICE is there. That's not good.
Real.
Yeah, I saw him this
Real?
morning when I
You
flew in.
saw them this
Yeah,
morning?
yeah,
Oh,
when I
it's
flew in.
real.
Yeah,
They're,
they
like
were
pulled
there.
up.
They were right there when I was going through TSA.
Wait, they're just like waiting around?
They're literally just standing around. Yeah, I
That's
didn't. I mean, they
crazy.
weren't. I didn't see them doing work, but they were there with their like heist stuff.
Damn.
It was very awkward.
How do you like what do they do? They wait for someone to be scanned or something?
I didn't see them do any type of work. I think it's just
They're
show.
just
It's just like
to scare people?
to scare people. Yeah, I guess. They didn't say or do anything when I walked. They were just standing
That's
there.
crazy.
And I
They're
was
probably,
just
he's
like-
not Latino.
Yeah, maybe. I felt like it was it seemed very performative.
Yeah,
It seemed
yeah.
like you guys aren't working. The TSA people were working, but they weren't. I don't know.
Dude. I actually want to start with the first question I always start with, and it's how do you identify and why?
Yeah.
And it's funny, I have to say this story. My cousin, he's Afro-Colombian, Honduran.
Yeah.
And when he saw, I sent him your video where you're like, there's a new trend.
The
like,
Afro-Latino?
Afro-Latino.
Yeah.
So he starts going to everyone in the family. He's like, yo, I'm Afro-Latino. And it's like, Efrain, we've been knowing you're Afro-Latino. We've been knowing. Like, we see it. And he's like, nah, but I can claim it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess the same. Both my parents, they're Dominican. They were born in the Dominican Republic. I was first generation to be raised in the United States in New York. So I always considered myself Latino, Hispanic, Dominican. And then as I started learning more about the culture and the history, and Afro-Latino kind of came into the mainstream, I was like, this is me. This is me. It's not, I just find it like to be a subset of Latinidad. I don't think it's like a separate thing. I feel like for a while it was very welcome. Then for a while it kind of started feeling like people were making it like a separate thing. But I think it's all in the same thing. It's just like a subset. It does. There's no real like. It doesn't have to be like a clash. I don't know. I felt like there was for a while.
It was for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
But I feel like Latinos find a reason to fight too.
They did. But it was weird because at first I was like, I remember growing up like Dominican and hearing like colorism jokes made at my behalf and of my family, and that was just like the norm. And
like
then
what?
We just took it, and we never like it was just whatever. But then Afro-Latino came, and they were like, "All right, we're Afro-Latino," and then they were like, "No, you're not," and you're like, "But you kind of always made me something else when the term wasn't there." And then when we embraced the term, you try to make it seem like no, there was never no type of like difference. Which I don't think there's a difference. It's just a lot of my roots in the Dominican Republic come from Africa, so
that's real.
That's all it is.
And what was it like growing up in New York? I always think about growing up in a place where like you have like the majority diaspora. Like I didn't grow up in a community that was hella Hondurans. Like I grew up in a Mexican dominated community. So
really?
What was it like to grow up in like...
I knew a lot of Hondurans.
You know, it's funny. People always say you're the whitest Honduran I've met.
Yeah.
I'm like, period.
Yeah. No, when growing up in New York, I always say it's kind of like people who don't grow up in New York, they always think it's so crazy, but it's not. It's like when you're born you just think that's what it is. Yeah. So I just thought that's what it was. I thought
you're from Queens.
Yeah, I thought like everywhere in the country there was mad Dominicans. I thought like we were like well known and everywhere. And the Afro-Latino joke, I did that. That's a really old joke. It's from like 2017, 2018. And I did it on Comedy Central. And the reason I wrote that joke was because when I started touring, going on the road, I realized that people did not know what Dominicans were. Like people would be like, "Where is that?" Like, yeah. And then you had to be like the baseball player. Like that was their only, like when you're in the middle of Iowa, that's the only way you can get them to like to even consider what a Dominican is. You're like, "Oh, from baseball, right?" But they'll confuse it with like Dominica. So I felt like I had to explain what I was a lot. So that's where that joke came from.
And Afro-Latino.
Yeah.
That's
because
so
they would be like, but you're black, and I'm like, yeah, it's just a complexion. There's a lot of black Latinos all over the.
When was the first time you experienced that, like leaving New York and feeling like, oh, y'all don't know what I am?
Probably as soon as I started going on the road, probably like 2015, 2016, when I started going to these states that like you would never think to visit, like, you know,
like Iowa.
Yeah, like Iowa, Nebraska, the Dakotas, North, South, like places like that. And people were genuinely asking, like they weren't asking like out of like hate or anything. They genuinely was like, "Why do you speak Spanish and you're black?"
That's so crazy.
Like, because as far as they know, it's like Mexican. They're more. That's a more like Latinos that they know.
I mean, even me being Honduran, they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, in Latin America, and they're like, "Oh, so you speak Spanish?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of explaining.
Right.
Especially as a kid, like a lot of explaining. You're like, but I don't get why you're confused.
Right.
You know.
Right. That was what the joke was too. But I think honestly, it's the whole argument. I feel like it's very semantics. Like it's just on definition. It's just that even when people say like a Dominican's like, "I'm not black," which I've never said that, but I do know Dominicans who do say that. But I genuinely think what they mean is I'm not African American, which they're not. Yeah. Like, because you'll see a black person say I'm not black, but they're not saying I'm not black complexion. That would be silly. You clearly are. I think they're just saying I'm not African American because a lot of times we equate black with African American, but there's a lot of different black. There's black Jamaicans, black Guyanese, black Trinidadians. So I think it's just for the people who are moderately educated, I think it's just a semantics debate, kind of.
And it's also like we just all want to be seen for what we are. Because me being in California, I get like, oh, you're Mexican. I'm like, no, I'm not. And it's not even like there's no hate to be Mexican.
No,
it's just that I'm not.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm Honduran.
Yeah.
I think it's all of us just trying to be seen.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Look,
yeah.
This is who I am.
It's a lot of that. It's just like, I know they're great, but like I'm not that.
Yeah. But the fact that you have to even say that, like, I didn't say they're not great. I just said I'm not.
Yeah. I never get offended. I never take it personal. I honestly don't care. Especially now, I'm in my 30s. Like I'm just like, look, I'm done educated. I'm not an educator. Like you gotta learn. You gotta go on
YouTube. You be educating in your comedy.
You gotta YouTube. I mean,
you be giving dating tips.
I'm trying to be funny though, in the context of being funny. But like, I'm not teaching about like, the slave trade to like in a random conversation. Like I'm like you gotta learn that. Like I just don't have the time.
Google it.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to ask you a funny question.
A petty one?
A funny.
Oh, okay.
When did you know you were funny? When was the moment you're like, I could do this?
Probably those were two different times. Like I think around junior high, I kind of realized that like I added levity to the situation. Like my friends. Around 6th, 7th grade, I realized my friends were coming to me for funny. Like that was what I brought to the table was the funny. But it wasn't really like. But then in high school, like it got to another notch. Like I was fairly popular in a bigger setting because of funny. And then in college, that's when it was like okay, that was when it got bigger. Like because like everybody knew me just for being funny. Like and like people would get around me and they would just like when I would go into different environments, like when I was in college, like you could tell people would get excited, like, all right, it's about to get silly. Like, and that's when I was like, I think I want to try stand-up comedy.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
But as a kid, were you like just always funny? Were you just around? Listen, all Dominicans I know are like hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like my mom and my aunts and my uncles, they're all very funny. Yeah. I wasn't like a funny kid per se. Like I'm funnier now to them, like because I was kind of quiet around them. I was very observant around them. I was funny with my friends, but at home I wasn't super funny. Now like I'm more funny like as an adult, but as a kid I was kind of very just observant. I used to ask a lot of questions.
But I feel like the best comedians are the listeners, the observers.
That's what they say. Yeah. That's what they say. I'm also the youngest. So
me too.
So I'm the youngest by like a lot with my older siblings. So it was like I didn't really have nothing to say, because they were all like, and
they're not including you.
Yeah, they were all like grown. Now obviously I do, but back then, like that, I just had to listen. I was just like, all right, like I didn't know they were all. My oldest sister is 18 years older than me.
18 years older.
It's 18, 15. My brother's 10, and then I have another sister who's 1 year older than me.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So by a lot.
By a lot, yeah.
That's crazy. So who was the funniest person in your family that you were like low-key inspired by?
I have an uncle, my mom's youngest brother. His name is Fernando. They call him Fernandito. He's you
already laughing?
No, he's one of the like even since a kid, he's one of the funniest people. Like that you can tell that like he's fully aware that comedy is what he brings. Like some people like you're like I know why I'm here.
I'm not
here.
That's the only reason I'm invited.
I'm invited to bring the laughs, and he brings them as soon as he walks in. He's very funny, and from like a young age, I remember he was the first person who I was like I saw like how when you bring laughs, how much like it ingratiates you with people. Like people want you around and they like you because you're funny.
Yeah, but you're naturally funny.
I don't know what that means. I work very hard.
I feel like you're naturally. Well, I mean, say more. What do you mean
like
you work really
naturally
hard?
Funny in the sense of like, I feel like comedy has so much different. There's different ways that you can be funny. It's not just one way. Like comedy is kind of like music. There should be genres, but there isn't. So people think like funny is universal. That's why you ever go see a comedian or you watch a comedian, you're like, I don't find them funny, but yet they're doing a theater or an arena of thousands of people who find them funny.
Real.
Because it's a genre. So I think socially, I have that natural funny socially. Like I'm very sarcastic. I have a New York sarcasm to me that helps. But when it comes to the stage, there's no natural that. Like you got to work really hard. Like
what's the work look like?
I mean, I've been doing comedy now 14 years. It was for the first maybe 7 years, 6, 7 years. It was just like open mics, like around the city for no money. every night in
For
New
no
York.
money.
Yeah,
Just
like
to get your name out
paying
there.
paying to do open mics a lot of times. Like pay
Oh, you would
$5.
pay?
Yeah, pay $5
Oh,
to
I had
get
no
on stage.
idea.
From comedy open mics to music open mics, anywhere that would give you a stage and a microphone so you can make them laugh because you needed the reps to get better. It's like the gym. I did that for like 6-7 years, and right out of college, and after that, like things started to pick up. It wasn't really until like COVID that I was like, and when I was like 8-9 years doing it when COVID hit, and that's when I was like, I had just done the Tonight Show for the first time, and I had done Entre Nos on HBO, and that's when I was like, okay, like I think I'm a professional at this point. And then since then, it's been like better and better and better.
What was like the first show that you did, like comparing the two, the first show you did to like the last one? How do you feel like you've grown as a comedian?
I mean, it's just two different people. I mean, the
Really?
first time I did comedy, I was a 20-year-old junior in college who didn't even have facial hair. And my
Stop.
last show last night, I'm like a grown up, you know? So it's just
Yeah.
like completely different. Like I was so ignorant to what the business was that I think in a lot of different industries, you need that delusion up top, because if you knew what it was, you probably would just quit. So I was very like delusional
Yeah.
and what I thought it was and how quick I thought it would happen. But that delusion carried me for a long time. If I would have known the path, I probably would have just been like, I don't know if this is for me. It's
I
just
want
a
to
lot
talk
of work.
about the path. I want to know more about it because I started following you pretty early. I think before the Tonight Show happened, and I remember seeing that.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
The first time I did the Tonight Show was 2019.
No. Okay, maybe later.
It was after, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you did it in 2019.
Yeah, that was the first
It was
time.
definitely around COVID time.
Yeah.
Where I started following you.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, this guy's so hilarious, like talking about real things.
Thank
but
you
you
so
were
much.
saying you were doing it in like a funny, sarcastic way. I felt like I was at a family party, and you were just like spitting game about
Yeah.
random shit in a funny way.
I think for to answer your previous question, I think when I started off at first, I did not really know what my voice was in the comedically, like what it was that I did well, like what
Yeah.
did I present well to people, what did people connect with me for. I was kind of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what would stick. But then later on, like I started to realize that I was speaking to like a first generation of people who had grown up here, who lives obviously resembled in certain ways to our parents and our aunts and uncles, but our lives were completely different in how we were brought up and the things we did. And then I realized that like those are the people that I was kind of that would relate to me the most. And then I was able to like really lock in and be like, oh, so I can just like there's other, because when you live in your experience, you just think it's you. But then when you find out there's a whole world of people, I'm like, oh, I can lock in on this because everybody has went through this. And whether it don't matter where you from, you have went through this similar experience. So you're going to relate to it when I talk about it. And that's when I found that like the momentum started to build more.
And it's also, I think that's what I mean by naturally funny, is that it's just you. Like, you're not trying to be anybody else on that stage. Of course, there's an art to it. There's a lot of practice. And I'm sure there's a lot that we'll talk about that people don't know, about comedians. But I think, like you said, when you embody who you are, you attract the right people.
Yeah, it's hard being yourself. That takes a long time to learn. Like, you literally have to learn to be yourself. And that takes, like, a lot of hard work and practice. But I think... I went through like a couple comedic evolutions, because once I realized that, I was like, okay, I wanna talk about my experiences in the way that I've experienced it. And then I got a little momentum. I did a couple things, and then when I came to Hollywood and when I started to meet with the powers that be, I felt that their expectations of what I was as like a Latino was like just their expectations, and that kind of turned me off. And again, it wasn't even like in a racist way but I just felt like when they hear Latino, they want you to address certain things that they want you to address. And I personally, I'm like, but I don't want to address that. I think the highest level of creativity for an artist is being able to express yourself in whatever way you want. Like when there's a white guy can make a TV show about the forest, and they're like, that's his experience. But when it's a Latino, I feel like sometimes they're like, but what was it like with your aunts and uncles who couldn't speak the language? And I was like, why do I have to talk about that? If I wanted to, I would, but like also, why can't I just talk about whatever I want to talk about? And that's my path, I feel like, is allowing that to be. I want to see like a bunch of Latinos doing stuff where they just talk about whatever they want to talk about.
Because we're humans too.
Right. Yeah.
We're
Like
not
you
over
want to
here
talk about dating, talk about dating, talk about
Yeah.
whatever you're
Yeah.
into, whatever weird stuff you're into. Because like other
Yeah.
people get that opportunity, and for a lot of us, they're still like, well, what is it like with your family? And I'm like, it's fine. They're good people. It's good.
It's cool anyways.
Yeah. Like it's good. They're good. They're funny. We party.
I think that's why I gravitated toward your comedy, because there's not a lot of first generation talking about that first generation experience. Like we're just humans trying to navigate this world too, like
right.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I find that the people who do like my work, they tend to connect with me a lot because of that. Because there's not a lot. Like there's a bunch of great Latino comedians, but the Latino comedy, you know, it's been since I think. Really since like the 80s, it's been like the Mexican comedians were the first one to do it. They've been killing it. So like a lot of that stuff has been spoken about already and has been done. And a lot of those guys are legends. So it's like, I'm not going to try to like outdo what they've already done at the highest level. Like I just want to do my own thing and maybe talk about experiences that they didn't have and move it in a different way. So.
All right, y'all, we're going to take a quick break because support your girl if you want to keep listening to these conversations. I have shirts, Hella Latina, Hella Brown hats, Hella Brown anything that you want, and also have Hella Brown, Hella Worthy candles. 50% of the proceeds go to Chirla, an immigration rights organization. How was, because I want to talk about that journey. You have to like find yourself or consistently practice being yourself because you being in college, nobody knows who they are in college. Right. You're just like trying to figure it out. I want to know like what you went to college for and what made you like, did you drop out? Did you decide to just like still pursue your career? Or, you know, like I want to hear that story.
I was pre-law. I was going to be a lawyer. I was pre-law. I got a degree in political science and economics. I was going to go to law school, and I think eventually I would have probably went and worked in politics in some way, like in some capacity, maybe being like a strategist for like a candidate running. Like
I can like see that. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I can hella see it.
That's what I think I probably would have done if I had never, like I would have just went to law school. I probably would have practiced for like a year or two, hated it, and then went into like politics, but behind the scenes, not like running.
Yeah.
But I went. There was a comedy competition in my junior year where students signed up, and I didn't sign up. I didn't even know about it, but I went to the show. And when I went to the show, I saw some of my friends who competed, and I saw they did stand up, and it wasn't bad. And when I saw it done by my friends, I was like, oh, I think I could do that.
Yeah.
And then the next year, when the competition came around, I signed up for it, and I didn't win. No, I didn't win. But I did really well, and all the students felt that I got robbed. So, like, after that happened, like, on campus, like, people who I didn't even know were like, you need to go be a comedian. Like, they were, like, putting that battery in my back, like, go do it. Like, you should have won that. Like, you have it. You have the skills.
And before that, you didn't even think about it.
I had thought about it. In high school, because in high school, some of my friends, because I was always a fan of stand-up comedy, so some of my friends were like, you should do it. You should do it.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know how to do it or what it took. But then right around that time, 2011, 2012, that's when like podcasts really took off, and Instagram was taking off, and Facebook had already took off. So it was like so much information out there. So I used those avenues to find out how to do it. How do I get started? How do I do this thing? Yeah.
And then you just went fully in.
I just did it. Yeah, I just listened to podcasts and I just did it, what they said.
No way. You listened to podcasts.
Like comedians talking on like how I'm talking right now.
Oh, wow. Now you're inspiring young Ians and young comedians.
Yeah, I'm an unk now.
You're an unk now, viejo.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy now because like like now I'll tour all over, and I'll have like a young Dominican dude who'll be like 22 years old who's like a stand-up, and it'll be like, I was the person that they showed their parents, because obviously I had nobody to be like, this is like, you can be all this thing. I kind of had to just say it and hope they believed it, but like now with me, they can like show them like, look at me on the Tonight Show wearing like a Dominican flag and stuff, and I think that's really cool. I never think about that, but when people tell me about it, I think it's cool.
It don't get you emotional?
Nah.
Me trying to figure out. You're a Virgo, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, let me try to make it don't get me emotional, but I'm just like, damn, that's really cool. I feel like honestly, I feel like when I was like in the late like 2015, 2016, when Cardi was taking off, Cardi being like a Dominican from like uptown, that like I really saw how like representation matters, how it can make you feel like you can do the stuff when you didn't believe before, but you see somebody who looks like you or come from a similar background like you, and you like, oh yeah, it's possible. So being a part of it in any capacity makes me feel like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, because it's hard to be what you can't see, but you still
Right.
try. The delusion.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, so how did you break into the industry? Like, how was that? Because for me, you kind of like just went in.
Popped up? No, yeah, no. By the first time I did anything like on television was 2018 for Comedy Central, and I started in 2012. So it took me about 6 years to get to that point. But I Googled and listened to podcasts on how you get started, and every comedian was like, you go to an open mic. There's comedy open mics. You sign up. And you write 5 minutes of jokes, you perform them, and then you keep coming back. And that's all I did. That's literally what I did. I just signed up, and then I kept coming back, and it kept growing. As I went, I'll meet other young comics who would be like, hey, you got to come to this open mic too. And now I'm doing 2 a week, and now 3 a week. By the time I was doing 10 to 15 a week, and then now you're in a community, and some of them run independent shows. They'll tell you, oh, come do my bar show. You do their bar show. Then at the bar show, you might meet a comic who works at a comedy club, and they'll introduce you to the people who are over there. And that's how it takes a long time. Before it took a lot longer than it takes now. Now you can cut a lot of those corners. But because social media allows you, like, you can just become popular on social media, and then you show up to the club with an audience built in already, so they don't even care if you're good or not. They're just like, all right, you're gonna fill this up for me.
Does it translate differently though? Like, do you think? I mean, maybe it differs per person, but I think sometimes it differs of being funny online and then being funny on stage.
Of course, I mean, it's a totally different art forms. And the people who are funny online, I enjoy them. I mean, they're in my algorithm. 100%. I like that. They make me laugh. I just think it's a different art form. It is like, to be all the people who I look up to stand up, like all the greats. Yeah. They all say you have to do it every night for a long time to get good. So that's the path I followed.
Do you write your jokes down? Like, what's your process?
Yeah, I'll write it down. I'll have some thoughts, and then I'll write it down, and then I'll sit down in my computer and really try to hash it out and make sure that it makes sense. And sometimes I'll just say it on stage, and I'll see if it gets a laugh. And if it gets a laugh, I'm like, all right, I got to really workshop this and get it better.
Yeah. Can you give me an example of a show that was like, damn, I didn't do my best, and one that you're like, killed it?
Well, it becomes like any profession, it just becomes like your job. It's just like having a bad day at work. Like, just because you have a bad day at work, you're not gonna think like, I'm bad at this. You're just gonna be like, it's just a bad day. If you do it enough, it becomes like that. If you haven't done it enough, you can dwell on like a bad show and be like, oh, what the hell? But like, if you do it enough, you know, like, there's another show tomorrow, or there's another show sometimes after.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, you have to look at it like that way, because it's like a batter, if he strikes out, he doesn't quit baseball. Yeah, he's just like, bye. He's just like, I've hit my homers. It's okay. Like,
does it depend on like the audience? Like, what influences?
It depends on the audience. A lot of times it depends on the room. The room is like, a lot of times you're not set up for success in the room. Like, comedy is not just like, just go up there and be funny. Like, it's an environment required to perform in it. Like, it's usually like low lights, like low ceilings helps, like a good microphone, a stage, a spotlight so they can see your face. People sitting close together. It's weird when they're sitting apart. Laughter's infectious, so you want it together, because if I laugh, you laugh, and it builds the momentum. It's like a lot of different nuances to making a good comedy show. And people think it's just you go up there and just start talking and be funny. It's like, nah, you need the perfect environment to do it. So sometimes it's environmental things that make the show not good. But from doing it long enough, you're aware of all those things. Like, you need to be aware of, like, this wasn't me, this was that, or this was me, I didn't have it, I don't know why I couldn't find my timing. Like, comedy is a lot of it is timing. There's a rhythm in our heads. There's like a beat that we're following. So when people go to shows and they start heckling and talking, I'm like, you're messing up that rhythm in the comedian's head. Like, comedian is making it look like it doesn't matter because we're professionals and we have to make it look like a professional. But in reality, you're messing that up. Like, there's a timing in our heads that when you talk, you're stepping on the timing. It would be like if you're trying to play guitar and somebody keeps slapping your hands on the thing. It's like you're going to lose the chord. And I always tell people, like, don't talk at comedy shows.
Shut up.
Yeah, like, just be quiet.
That's such a, like, I don't think about comedy as an art form, but it is. Like, the way that you're even talking about it now, like, there's so much that goes in your head. Yeah. That people nobody are just not seeing.
Nobody.
I mean, it is an art form, but I just don't think about the process.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of it is, if you're good, you're supposed to make it look easy.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people think they can do it, because you just make it look easy. And you're like, people say like, oh, you're natural, like, but it's like, that's because you worked really hard at it. Like, if it looks really easy, that person probably worked really hard at it.
Yeah.
To make it look that way, because it's not easy. It's difficult. You got to create context in a room full of strangers that paid $30 to see it.
Yeah, real. You know, one thing that I always connect with your relationship stuff, because it's just funny, and it's a universal thing. We are all in relationships, and like life is about relationships. Yeah. Was that like part of? Is that something that you like talking about? Because you're really open about relationships in your comedy. From what I see.
You know, I think I always used to dabble in relationship stuff. I think I always used to have like little relationship bits here and there, but I had a broader spectrum of things I used to speak about. But I remember when I was getting ready to do my HBO special, I had just lost my mom. My mom passed in 2021, and I was like I was supposed to film, and then she passed, so they pushed it back in a year. So in that year, when I was rebuilding, I pushed it back a year, not HBO, but in that year, I rebuilt the whole show, and then I realized that at least from my perspective, I felt like I was hitting the nail on a lot of the dating stuff. Like I would come up with an angle on a dating bit, and I'll for example, this is a joke off the HBO special. I remember because I posted about it today. I had a bit about because I was single. I'm not married. I mean, I wasn't married or whatever. And then I was like, why is always the worst couple that gives you advice on being in a relationship?
Why?
Like, why every time you go, it's like the worst couple telling. And then I had that bit, and then I had a bit about women don't get sad after breakups anymore. I'm like, you get into an argument in the morning, they're in Bali, and you're like, when did you go? So like I had all these little things that were like hitting, and then I would do them, and it was like connecting. I felt like I was speaking to like people of my generation, was connecting well. And then that build, and before I knew it, I had like a whole show that when we were looking for a title for the HBO special, I was like, I think I want to call it romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's like what I'm talking about most of the time. And even after I did romantic comedy, I was like, I was like, maybe I want to talk about something else in my next special. Yeah. But I just when I did Material Boy, I am speaking about other stuff, but like I still feel that I have a thing for the dating. Like I can really lock in on the dating and really
even
connect.
your podcast.
Yeah.
There's like so much in there.
I think that just became because the audience that followed me from romantic comedy were looking for the dating, so I kind of had to. But I think dating is the most.
Just say you're a lover boy. Yeah, just say you're a lover boy.
Yeah. No, I am.
He got La Labia. He got a Dominican in him. Okay.
I definitely am. But I think dating is like the most. That's like the most thing that everybody is doing. Everybody's doing. And when I did romantic comedy,
and you're in a great generation to talk about dating. Because what is so bad?
Yeah. When I did romantic comedy, I made fun of men a lot in that one. Like I was really coming at men, and like it got really divided for me because I felt like there were guys who got it and thought it was so funny, and I was like, all right, these are good guys, and then there were guys who like, I don't know, maybe manosphere guys who got like so like, oh, and I'm like, you're a sucker like that. But then on the next one, I make and Material Boy, I think I make fun of women more. I make fun of like the things that they do more. Yeah. But women are generally, I don't know, they got it. They didn't get too mad. Yeah. About it.
Hey, let it be known. Let it be known. Women can take it.
Yeah, they got it.
Women can take it. No, that's why I loved your content, because it was just real. And it's also like you're explaining something that I think everyone complains about in our generation. Yeah.
To be fair, like I'm very honest about this. I'm very honest and open about this. Not all the stuff that I say is necessarily stuff that's happened to me.
It's okay if it has.
Yeah, it's some of it has. A lot of it is stuff that through, because like you said, through my friends and my girlfriends and my guy friends, like hearing all their experiences, like it's just so crazy. So funny. Like to me, some of the stuff is literally just from like conversations that I had with a friend. Like I remember in like Material Boy, I got a joke about one of my friends. She told me she went on a date with a guy and she didn't like the drink that the guy ordered. Like she was like turned off by the drink that she ordered.
She got the ick from that?
Yeah, she got
Crazy.
the ick from that. And then she was like, "What do you order?" And I was like, "That's not a big deal." And she was like, "What do you order when you go on dates?" And I was like, "Well, I'll order like a sangria." So, and she was like, "Sangria." I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "That's mad gay." And I thought that was so funny. And then I had a whole bit about it. But in the bit, it's not like a friend who tells me. It's like I pretend like it's on a date and stuff just to make it funnier. But it's just from conversation like that. I have like a couple friends who just like is just dating disaster after disaster. Yeah. And I get a lot of inspiration from them. Yeah.
You're like, they inspire me the most.
Yeah, they do. They do. Now they're mad. Now they're all like, all those girls they got married. They found their person. Stop. I got nothing yet.
Wait, so you have like a good luck charm or something?
I don't know. Well, the girls I've dated also, that does happen a lot also.
Stop.
But I don't know. Do you ever find that like, I think when you get out of a relationship, I feel like you speed through your next one. Especially if it was long. If it was long term. For sure. Like if you were in a long term relationship, your next guy, you kind of try to pick up where you left off with the other guy. Like in the sense of like
timing.
Yeah, the timing.
But it's just because you know what you want.
I think it's that, and also I think there's a pressure of you feel like you wasted time.
Real.
That you don't want to waste anymore.
That's real. Yeah, my first relationship was 4 years, and then my last one was a year.
Yeah.
I was like, nah.
Did you speed through that a little bit?
I did.
Yeah.
I actually did.
Yeah, that always happens.
And then now I'm just single because I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. But what's the alternative? Just like
no, I mean, I'm still out there,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah. But some people I meet, some girls, I never meet guys like this, but some girls are just like, I'm just going to be single. And I'm like, but you're not living. You got to live. You got to live. You got to have experiences. Build character.
But some experiences are not worth having. You feel me?
See, for me as a comedian, I don't see life like that at all. The worst experiences, I'm always like, this is great. I could get a bit out of this. Yeah, I could get a bit out of this. Hopefully, if you can put me through the worst experience, but if I leave and I'm like, I think I have a bit, I'm like, that was worth it.
That's so
I do a lot
funny.
For the plot.
You do it all for the plot.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way to live, though.
Yeah, it keeps you alive. It's a lot of bad stories, though. Like you run into like a lot of bad situations. Yeah. Like a lot of my stories, people are like, how did that happen to you? And I'm like, I'm not crazy. I was just yes-anding everything. I was just like, there was a couple times I should have left and called the police, but I didn't.
Wait, tell us a story.
Well, one of my
because I want to call police is crazy.
No, I was half joking that, but one of the big stories that I tell in romantic comedy, the HBO special, I tell this story about one time. I tell this story about how now everybody's like when you date, everybody's like sexually empowered. Like it's like everybody's like sexually liberated. Like women, men, everybody's sexually liberated. But it's like the first time that like where women are sexually liberated. So it's like dangerous for men because it's like we don't have this experience. Women are usually like they're very subtle. But now they're like real like. Yeah. And then I use that to lead into a story where I was talking to a girl. And we were like one day we were making out, nothing like crazy, making out, and out of nowhere she starts like pushing in my eyeballs, like she starts holding my eyes and pushing it in, and it's a whole thing. And this is a true story. It's a whole thing. I had just got LASIK. It ruined my LASIK.
No.
And everyone thinks like that. Everyone's like, why did you let that happen? And I was like, because I was going for the story. I was trying to get that 3-minute bit for my special.
You're like, this is work hours.
Yeah, but a lot of times with those bits, like it didn't become a joke till like 4 years after it happened.
Is that sexual liberation, pushing your eyeballs in?
I don't judge. I don't like to kink shame. I'm very
it's
free.
a kink.
Yeah,
it's a kink.
I'm like
okay.
whatever you're into, I support it. I'll protest with you. I don't.
Not all he said I was a poli-sci major.
Yeah. I'm not gonna debate on the kinks, but I just
didn't know what it was. I was like, it's a kink. Okay.
I imagine it was a kink. I imagine it.
You didn't ask questions?
I did not ask questions. It was like my 20s. I was young and naive.
You were just there for the plot.
I was very bright-eyed and, no.
You're like, I'm making out with a girl.
Yeah. I was like, this is so much fun, But after that, I
couldn't see, but it was fun.
But now I'll still go with stuff. I mean, you're not going to hurt my eyes anymore. Just because I'm 35. I can't afford that. But like, I'll still go with stories that like I should have not went on. Like I've been on stuff where I'm like I should leave now.
And you just leave.
But let me wait.
Let me
wait and see what this is.
What's the last experience you've had like that?
I should have left, but let me wait.
You're like right now.
No, I can't think off the top of my head. I can't think. Probably just relationships I should have ended.
Mm.
Relationship that should have ended.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these guys that like. Some guys are like, I like crazy women. Like I want a crazy Latina. I don't.
Not Latina.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know. I want a very well adjusted in therapy. Therapy
Latina?
Yeah. Who's very grounded and.
I feel like it's weird when people say that. I want the crazy Latina. Yell at me.
They be saying that though. That's the thing.
I'm like, yo, go talk to my mom.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I know. I'm like, no, my mom was so fiery and all.
Yeah.
I don't want that at all.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was always fighting, always
it's
yelling.
so weird. It's like we're also normal. Like we're calm. We can
Yeah.
be calm and we can be crazy. We can be all the things. We're
Yeah,
human.
that's also was never my experience too. Like,
Yeah.
when like I guess I avoid it. Like I'll see it and I'll entertain it a little bit and then I'll be like, all right, okay.
Yeah. You're like moving on.
I'm gonna get hurt. Yeah.
No, I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
That's so okay. I want to go back to something that you said because you said if I would have known the industry was what it was, I probably would have not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What is that? Like, what was it that you're like? Oh, that would have been hard.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like maybe in hindsight, maybe I wouldn't have. Maybe I would have just still been like, I want to figure this out because when I found comedy, it was the first thing that I was really passionate about that I really wanted to be good at. Like I really wanted to be good at it. Like I had this fire in me to be better. Like I want to be better. I want to get good. So maybe I would have stuck through it. But I think there's something to be said about if you're gonna climb Mount Everest and you know where the top is, you know how far Mount Everest is, and you know how difficult it is to get up there, and all the people that fail getting up there, some people die, some people got to get helicoptered out. If you know all that part of it, you're more likely not to climb Mount Everest.
Yeah.
But if you're just going hiking on a mountain and you can't see the top and you just start climbing the top and then halfway there you're like, this is very difficult, but I'm here and I can't see the top. Maybe the top is there. I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you're at the top and you're like, oh, I wouldn't have done this if I knew down there that it was going to take all this. But because I didn't know, I had a naiveness to me that allowed me to keep going. And I think that's important sometimes.
Do you recommend that to every artist, to every comedian?
It's tough because I think Delusion can be good, but it's also bad.
Yeah.
You got to find a balance. You got to find a balance of I think Delusion with a good dose of self-doubt is good.
Period.
A good mix of delusion and self-doubt.
Why the self-doubt?
Because the self-doubt will keep you grounded.
Yeah.
It'll keep you in it. It'll keep you like working. It'll keep you like, I got to get better. I got to work hard. I'm not good at this. And then the delusion of like a little delusion, like every once in a while, I am good at this. I am very good at this. I might be one of the best at this.
Yeah.
And that I think a balance of those things keep you going.
Yeah. Is that what you had?
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah, that's what I have.
No, I still have it.
Yeah, I still have it. I battle with both of it. And I think a healthy dose of both is good.
Yeah. How did you get that HBO special? Because I thought that was like the coolest thing. I'm like, oh my God, here's a Dominican, Latino, first generation. He's out here just representing. And it was just a moment.
In 2019, in November of 2019, I did the Tonight Show for the first time. And that was like a big deal. And then literally like the day after, I came to LA and I was filming Entre Nos for HBO Latino, which was a stand-up series that highlighted Hispanic and Latino comedians for half hour. Used to stream on HBO Latino or air on HBO Latino. This was like 2019 before COVID. It was more linear. And then that was November, and then COVID hit just like a couple months after. And then COVID hit, everything locked down, and we had no idea when it was gonna open. And I feel like there was a lot, and I've been honest about this. I feel like around that time it was like the George Floyd thing. There was a lot of the industry was putting on their best mask to try to like get help like minorities
on deck.
Right. They did a lot of that, and I think in the spirit of that, I had some good sets. I had some good momentum. I had a good set on the Tonight Show. I had done a good set for the HBO. In the spirit of that, they were looking for their new group of people who they were going to give a special to. And I got a call from the producers of Entre Nos. They were like, hey, we spoke to HBO. When things open up, they think they want to do a special with you. Would you be interested in that? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And that was like, they told me that in 2020, in like May of 2020. And we filmed it in July of 2022.
Yeah.
So it
But
took
you
a long
asked
time.
for that year, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to film it in 2021, October 2021, November 2021. We were supposed to film, and then my mom passed, and then we pushed it back to July of the next year.
Yeah.
So it was 2 years, which I think it was good. It helped me a lot. Like,
Did you have like different ideas, like like the first date, like I have a show in mind, and then that year went by and it just completely changed? Like,
What do you mean?
did you have a different idea of like what the show was gonna be versus what it turned out to
Oh
be?
yeah, it was like I mean I didn't have an idea. It was like a blank canvas. I was
that's
just like,
fun.
but I also was dealing with the sadness and the grief of losing my mom. So
Yeah.
as an artist, when the only form of like happiness comes from like the stuff you create, you'd be surprised how motivated you are to create that stuff. So like the jokes were coming out really really fast because
Really?
it was the only thing that would like brighten my spirits, like when I was like
Yeah.
feeling really low. But then I would have a bit that would be like, all right, like this is good, like
Yeah.
it gave me something to work towards, so that helped me a lot.
You know, I always say that comedians are probably the most emotionally intelligent people that I know. Because sometimes the real artists.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
think because you have deep emotions. You're a human. You have all these emotions. You have grief. You have sadness. You probably feel deeply than a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
And you just turn it into something that we can all relate to.
Yeah, I think for sure the art form is in turning it into the thing. Like that's the creation, turning those feelings, those whatever it is, like whatever little feeling you have, turn it, or whatever thought you have about whatever's going on in society, turning that into something that's digestible for like masses of people who don't personally know you, but they want to be entertained, and you can deliver it to it in a form where they get it and they're like, I know what you mean. And
Yeah. But do you ever have like your off moments where you're like, bro, I just don't want to do it? Or do
don't
you
want to
always
do
want
it?
Yeah.
No, I always want to do it. I just have my moments where I'm not creating. Like you have your writer's block, like, and everything else where I'm like, I haven't created nothing good. But then something will flip and I'll start creating, and then
you start going on those dates.
That's
You're like, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna do it for the plot.
that's just what happens. I feel like that's the path of like an artist and whatever you create. Like
Exactly,
any artist that's pretending that it's constant creation and constant like epiphanies of what you need to do. Like I don't think that's how it works.
Have you ever taken a pause? Just a
No,
pause? No.
not really. No.
Yeah.
When my mom passed, I took like 2 weeks off. But then I was home and I was like, what is this serving?
Yeah.
It's just like,
You just said it. When you have something that you love, where you get your happiness from, you want to do it.
right.
You're motivated to.
Yeah. So
love
now I'll take more like I just got back from Dominican Republic 2 days ago. My best friend was getting
You was
married.
living your best life. I seen you.
Yeah. I took like a week off. So now I'm more mindful. Like I like to spend time with my people, my friends and family, people I love. Which maybe before COVID, I was more on like a hamster wheel of like, no, I gotta do this. I gotta hustle. I gotta make it. Now I learned that like it's okay to take time off. It's okay to regroup. Enjoy the times with your people and do the fun stuff too. So I do that now more.
I love it. Yeah. I feel like I could talk to you forever because there's so much to comedy that you just opened my mind up to. But
I feel like so many people, but I never feel no way. But like, people don't know. People just think it's like, just go up there. Just like,
How much does your like upbringing in New York or just in a Dominican household or just like wherever you grew up, Queens, how much does that play a role in what you create or how you create?
I think it does. I had in like 2021 they wrote an article about me in the New Yorker, the magazine, and it was very random. Like I had just done a show and the guy just happened to be in the audience and he was just so he just connected with he was like an older white guy too, but he was just like connected with the stuff that I was talking about. And in it he kind of told me about myself. Like in it, he described my style. He was like, he has like a very New York smart street style. And I was like, I've never looked at it that way, but I can see that. And I think a lot of that does have to do with my upbringing in New York and this the life that I've lived from growing up in Queens and going to, first person to graduate in college out of my siblings and all that stuff. So it is a very smart street style, I like to say.
Yeah. I feel like I can sense that too. That's why I think a lot of first gens connect with you because you're like, he gets it.
I try.
I feel like you just are though. I'm giving you your flowers. I feel like you just embody it. Like, and when someone is just embodying who they are, like people gravitate toward you because you just you.
Yeah, it's hard though because when you start off, like you're just doing somebody else. Like you're trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
You're trying to be like whoever you like. You're trying to be.
Who were you trying to be?
When I started?
Yeah.
I went through different like eras. I think at first it was like a little bit of Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
In 2012, Kevin Hart was like at the top of the world. And he was like killing it. And then it changed over the like, cause I'll watch myself and I'll be like, I'm doing his mannerisms a little bit. Like I'm not doing his jokes, but I'm doing his mannerisms. I'm doing them as he would do. But then there was like Hannibal Buress. I remember he was on Broad City, which I was like a big fan of, and I became a big fan of his, and I was doing more deadpan delivery and then I was just like I just want to be who I am off stage, like on stage. Like obviously I'm more exaggerated on stage, it's more of an act, but I want to be more the most myself, but that takes like just be yourself, you gotta like.
But sometimes you have to keep like finding and losing, you know, like,
of course,
and it's a process of elimination. Like, oh, that's not me. Oh, that's not me.
100%.
Oh, low key, that's me.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like that's more me.
Nah, that's not me.
Yeah. Let me do more of that.
Yeah.
No, I love it. If you can talk to like your younger self and like just say like give one piece of advice, or what would you? Okay, let me rephrase this. Actually, if younger Ian is watching this podcast right now, what would you want him to take away?
Yeah, I've been asked this question before, and I always say that I remember those early days, and I remember like I didn't know any comedians. I didn't have a comedian in my family. I didn't know nothing about the business. I didn't really have entertainers in my family in that way. My dad was a radio guy. He worked at radio in DR, and then he moved to New York. He worked radio, but he left radio and then became an educator. He worked in teaching. So that was like the closest thing I had to like entertainment, and we really didn't have conversations about that. So at the beginning, it was a lot of like doubt of like, I was pre-law and I went to school and I graduated in 4 years, and I was on a path. Like I just had to go to law school, and and I would graduate. I would be a lawyer by the time I was 24. Like, so like that was a path I decided to walk away from. So there was a lot of doubt of like, am I making the right choice with this? Like, is this going to work out for me? For a long time, I didn't see no path of it working out. I was just kind of behaving blindly and just keep getting better, just keep getting better. Yeah. So to that person, I would just tell them that, I mean, like in hindsight, it was definitely worth it. Like I've done the coolest things in my life that I've done, and everything I own came to me because of comedy, because of jokes that I tell. That's really cool. So far it's been good. In 10 years, I might be like, you should have went to law school, but so far I would tell that person like, it's been really cool. Like you get to live a really cool life now. Yeah. And meet cool people, and you do cool things. You know.
Like this.
Yeah, like this.
Period.
Exactly. Like
me giving myself a compliment. Yeah. A Leo.
Yeah.
I want to ask you 2 more questions.
Right.
One thing that this podcast is really like rooted in is just like, again, we're first generation. We're navigating the in between. There's things of the culture that we want to continue with us, and there's things in the culture that we're like, let's unlearn that a little bit, or like let's let that go, or transform it, or redefine it. Like the crazy Latina, it's like let's like leave that stereotype. You know, we're wholesome. Okay.
Sorry. I forgot we were podcasting.
Wait, not the pause.
No,
I'm going to circle back to that. What's one part of the culture that you just like love and that you rock with and that you're just taking with you forever? It can be New York culture, Dominican culture, whatever feels like it resonates more with you. And what's one part that you're like, oh, I'm going to change that, or I'm going to break that cycle, or I'm going to redefine what that means?
I like I'll do a twofold, the food for sure. The food, I just that's such a great part of the culture. Yeah. And also just the passion that Latinos have. I wouldn't change that. I think that's I'm a big baseball fan, and like watching the baseball classic, watching like all the Latinos, like even though like obviously I was cheering for Dominican Republic, but like when Venezuela won, I was like so happy for them. And I know what it meant to like that country, especially what they're going through. Yeah. So I was just like so happy for them, and it means so much to them, and I find that in a lot of different areas when it comes to Latinos. So I would say don't lose that passion, and then you said one thing I would change, one thing I would leave behind, maybe the colorism.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll say, maybe let's be cool about this.
Yeah.
That's probably one thing where, and I will say for the most part, I do find that people in my generation and younger do not subscribe to it.
Yeah,
like, a lot of it
really
is like passed
changing
down from like trauma from like a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I want to move forward in that, and not having to like. I feel like because I'm not one of these guys that, and it's not a knock to them, but like I'm not one of these guys that does like I don't do Spanglish comedy. Like I'm not doing that. Sometimes I've been in situations where like my Latinidad gets questioned just because I don't do that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm like Spanish was my first language. I didn't learn English till I was like 7.
Yeah.
Like I grew up, my mom didn't speak English. My dad learned English like later in life. All my aunts only speak Spanish. Like it was a very Spanish household. So when people like in the times where I felt like people were questioning me, I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like I just
Yeah.
only like
And it's
come to my
not,
house
and
on
you don't
Noche
have to
Buena,
explain.
and,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you'll see.
Yeah.
So I think you know I think with the colorism stuff, I think we're doing better as a community, and I think
Yeah.
it's getting better for sure. And I
Yeah.
think we could just leave that behind.
Yeah. Do you ever mention any politics? Because you're a poli-sci major.
Yeah.
And do you ever include politics in your bits?
Nah, not really. I remember I had one. I just like
It's not natural.
it's just I just don't want to have to, like people take it so personally, and like
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be funny. Like I remember I had this bit that I used to do. This was like in Trump's first administration. I had this bit that I used to do. I was like, I went on a date once, and the girl told me that she had broke up with her ex because he was a Trump supporter. And she was like, I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't be with that. And then she was like, to me, she was like, could you date a woman who's a Trump supporter? And I was like, the joke was something along the lines like, I don't know about date, but if we're talking about hooking up, I kind of prefer it. Because I was like, this was like around the time I was like, any woman that like will support that is probably, a freak.
Loca.
That was the bit. And it was just a bit. Like I literally made it up. I was just being funny, and people would laugh. But then I remember some places like people would get offended, like on both sides. Like I had like the super liberal that would get offended, like, no, that's not funny. I'm like, well, I made this up. Like this didn't happen to anyone. And then on the other side, like, well, what are you trying to say? And I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. Like, I don't wanna deal with this.
You're like, I
It
want
doesn't
to talk
feel
about
natural.
universal truths.
Right. It also feels heavier to me, especially now. Like it,
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff feel heavy. Like it don't even feel like stuff to be like joking about. Although
Yeah.
joke about whatever you want, but for me, like some of the stuff is like a little bit too personal.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. The last question I have for you is, what do you want to manifest, or what do you want to call in for our Latino community, for any Latino comedian out there, for any comedian in general? Like, what do you want to call in for our community? I say manifest because that's just, manifestation.
Yeah. Like,
and I know you like manifestation.
Yeah. I think moving forward, I want to keep seeing people of like me in big places. Like I look at somebody like Marcelo from like Saturday Night Live, who I remember like, because he's younger than me in age and in comedy, but I remember him like the first time I did like the Tonight Show or something, and him just being like, seeing it like the other guys, oh, that's so cool. Like, it's so cool you got to like, as a Dominican, you're on the Tonight Show. There's not Dominicans on the Tonight Show. Yeah. And then look where he's taking it now. Like I've watched him explode and become he's like a literal huge star. Like he was a kid that used to sell tickets like on the street to comedy clubs. I used to, like, when I was going sets, I used to like walk by. He'd be like, what up, Ian? And we would talk about comedy. And now, like, I can't walk down the street with him because he keeps getting stopped. So I want to keep seeing stuff like that, because you don't know, like, you're just inspiring like younger people, like people coming up to you, and then they'll take it further, and that's how you continue to grow and elevate. I think that's a good thing.
Period. We'll end there.
Yeah.
Mic drop moment. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy we got to have a conversation.
I'm glad we got to do this. Yeah.
And I'm glad you don't hate me.
No, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. We're good.
And you don't hate me, Laned.
No, she's good. It was a misunderstanding.
No,
it was a misunderstanding.
No, you're such a vibe. You're such a vibe. And such a Virgo. I want to know his whole chart. Do you know your whole chart?
I think so. I
only say you're a Virgo because you're a good communicator.
Virgos are good communicators?
I would say. Are they the best?
Is that a thing?
They're very like precise and like just like good. Like,
yeah, that haunts you sometimes though.
Why?
Like, people don't, you're too direct, too blunt.
It's also the New Yorker in you, probably.
Yeah, mixed with a Virgo, it's not great.
Mixed with the Virgo.
Yeah, it's not great.
I'm just trying to survive.
I've learned to be better. Do you know your
rising? Do you know your rising and your moon?
No, I know I was born at 10 in the morning on September 11, 1990. I forgot. I knew my rising. It wasn't Virgo also though. It wasn't like a Virgo.
Yeah.
It was something else. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know.
She's an astrologer.
Are you? Okay.
Really is. So she's reading you right now.
I'm
kidding. I'm kidding.
Tell me about myself, please. I could use a reading. No, I think that you subscribe.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say I don't. I'm in a studio owned by an astrologer.
But do you subscribe because it's fun, or do you subscribe?
It actually is like really like the way that she does it is. I do. Let's just say that. Why? What are you gonna say?
No, because I find I don't know. I feel like there's a difference. Some people, I'm like, do you subscribe because it's fun? Because it is fun.
Yeah.
Or do you subscribe because you like actually are like, no, this is some.
I mean, I don't live my life by it. I'm not like, oh, the stars say don't go outside today. So
see, my niece, she subscribes. Like, she'll be like, the stars are like in alignment, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
She'll be like, no, like if you want to do something, do it today. I'm like, I do what I'm gonna do every day. She's like, no, but today is the day. Like, she's really like that, so I don't know.
She said, no, today's the day.
Yeah, today's the day.
No, I mean, we be having conversations like that. But no, I mean, I don't live my life. It doesn't change my day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm living my life. But I do. It tells you more about yourself. That's why I like it.
But I'm sure you've met people who told you they're their sign, and you're like, that's nothing like you, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't have none of the traits.
But there's like
sign.
the Venus, Mars. There's like all these.
But then we're gonna keep kicking it down. Like if we're gonna keep like. We're gonna be like, oh,
Tiffany,
no,
let's trade spots. Tell them about astrology.
I feel like if like they'll be like, oh, it's
like
because your rising is this, or if not, it's because it's because your Jupiter is not in retrograde with the alignments. So this is why you like this. That makes sense. And they always think they're like, that makes sense. And you're like, does it? I feel like every time you just add stuff to it. Maybe
because the Jupiter is not in retrograde with the alignment.
Yeah, with the alignments. That's why you need to get aligned. Get an alignment.
That's actually real. It's actually real. Like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. You're like, oh, yeah.
Or like every sign's toxic. I hate that. They're like, oh, you're Pisces. Ooh.
Well, humans are toxic, right? Every sign is toxic, right?
Well, I heard like the number 6, people are like, I mean, at least if you're in like a religious Latino household, like 666 is so bad.
Yeah.
But 6 just symbolizes humans.
Who said that?
It does.
Tiffany
said that.
Oh, like,
I'm kidding. She said, no, I didn't say
like,
that.
Sure,
but
I'm with you.
But
I'm
in numerology, it's 6 is like a human, right? 6 is humans.
Who? It could
No.
be. It sounds true.
I'm pretty sure in numerology it means 6 is like the human.
Who did that? Who did the numerals?
I don't know. Who did the numerals? I don't know. Who did the world?
The numerologies.
Who did the world?
I think the Romans did the numerology thing, but
you think so?
I think so. I could be wrong, but I think 6 is.
Are you just saying that because of Roman numerals?
No, I think they were the first. I think they. Or maybe the Chinese. I think they did math.
That's a whole.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a whole different shape.
I don't know. I gotta get in alignment.
Or the Russians. I don't know.
Yeah, it was somebody over there. But I will. So do you? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you date depending on the signs?
I don't know.
Okay.
There are signs that I'm like.
What are those?
Virgo.
Really? I mean, I feel like that's everyone.
No.
Everybody. I've never told somebody I was a Virgo and they were like with it.
But I also don't like that feeling of like when I say I'm a Leo, they're like, oh, you're a Leo. I'm like,
what's bad about Leos?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
But what do people say? You know what they say.
I'm like, I don't know what's bad about Leos. Like self-centered or like, like all about them. It's just that.
Yeah,
like just, or maybe they don't say anything. They're just like, ugh, Leos. And I'm like
okay.
What?
But doesn't every sign?
That's what I'm saying. Every sign gets that. So I'm like, what do you know? Like, what do you know about like my sun sign? But it's sun, and then there's Venus.
What's your?
Venus is like what you love and what you're attracted to and all that.
Okay.
And then Mars is like sex, aggression, how you assert yourself.
So you never sat down, somebody told you a sign and you was like, this is not going to work? Because I've had that.
To you?
Yeah.
They're like, bye?
Yeah, they're like, this is not it.
No way.
And I'm like,
what was her sign?
I don't care. I forgot. I forgot. But I did a joke about this because I was like, guys, like you gotta lie to women about your birthdays because like they'll research it and they'll tell you all the negative reasons why things won't work out. So like what you do is you ask her birthday and then go on Google real quick and find the best match and then just say you're that.
Funny. Have you done that?
Yeah, I did that. I did that one on the Tonight Show.
Have you done that before?
Oh, lied about the birthday?
Yeah.
No, I never done that because I don't care that much. Honestly, I want to know now. If you're gonna cut me off because of the month I was born in, good. Let's end this early. Let's not waste each other's time because something else is gonna be a problem for sure if that's where your head is at.
No, but I love Virgos though because my brothers and my dad, they're all Virgos. And I feel like there's such great, like, just men.
Dads.
Like, yes. But that's what I'm saying. But partners is a whole different thing.
Yeah, partners could be rough.
But they're great, like, dads. They're great, like, nurturers. Like, my dad, if I'm literally going to LA and he's like, okay, I can put gas in the car, I can clean your car. Like, he'll just acts of service is like his love language. My brothers too. Like, they're like gonna take care of things.
Yeah, I would say like acts of service is what he gives. That's
what he gives. Yeah.
So yeah, I would say men generally think that acts of service.
I don't think men generally.
Really? I thought acts of service was like how men express love. Like they pay for shit.
They should. I don't think that's a thing though.
Oh, it's not?
They should. I don't think this generation, no. Maybe not in LA. We've talked about this. I love dating in New York because New York men are built different.
Really?
LA men, they just try to be bad bitches.
Do they?
Yeah. No.
Is that...
They want to be bad bitches so bad. Yeah.
Huh. What do they do?
So you be hot commodity out here. Start dating in LA.
I feel like every time I date, people just think I'm too aggressive or too, which I'm not. It's just the way I speak. I'm not aggressive at all. Like
I don't think you're aggressive.
I'm not aggressive at all.
You're passionate.
It's
just
I can see my
that.
New York tone. People, but everywhere you go, every city I go to, every girl in that city thinks that it's the worst dating scene in the world. Like they always think it's better other places.
Oh, so people, I've heard that because in New York, my girls in New York are like, dating here sucks. I'm like, I like it.
I have a theory on dating sucking. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I think dating inherently is supposed to suck. It's not supposed to be good. If it were good, nobody would settle down. Everybody would just be playing the game. But it's supposed to suck, so you meet your person and you get out of it.
Huh. Real.
Yeah.
But I think this generation suffers from like effort. Like no, because there's so many options. I think it's very capitalistic.
The options is a problem.
Like there's so many options, so you don't want to stick to one, so you don't put any effort in.
Yeah, no, the options. Like I think that if I get married one day, I'm gonna probably delete social media.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll go off the grid.
Yeah, I'll go off the grid because I social media is just a false perception of like reality, and you just think that it's so many options out there, and not even like regional. Like you meet options in like
Brazil,
Thailand, and you're like, maybe I'll move to Thailand and be with this person. You're like, what am I doing? So I think
move to Thailand.
I think if I get married, I'll probably get like a social media manager and just get off.
Damn, that's real. That should be advice for every man.
Yeah, it's hard though.
You said if I get married too. Yeah. I caught that.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to one day.
The Virgo in you wants to.
Huh?
The Virgo in you?
Yeah, the Virgo.
I feel like every earth sign just wants to be like locked in.
It's tough though, because I like my own space too. I've been, living alone for like a long time.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah.
But I feel like as Latinos, you're like raised to like get married and have kids. Like that's your purpose.
Yeah. But exactly. But I feel like it's worse for women than it is for men.
Of course.
But like men can be, I mean, Titi me preguntó, you can have all these little girlfriends.
Of course, yeah.
And then tienes un novio, un amigo. Oh my God, God forbid tienes un amigo.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, ¿y qué estás allá afuera?
Yeah.
My parents say Pepa Caliente.
I think.
Andas de Pepa Caliente. I'm like, he's just a friend.
Are you against this?
Do you know what Pepa is?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you against this or are you pro it?
Against what?
This double standard in treatment.
Am I against or for it?
Yeah.
Say
Because
more.
I find that most of my toxic Dominican traits I was taught by Dominican women.
Say more.
By my aunts and them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's like they also treated their daughters the same way and their sons the same way. So I'm like, do you just get to a certain age as a Latino woman where you're like, I'm gonna subscribe to the patriarchy, or does it? How does it happen?
This is a real question.
How does that develop? Because at first,
I can see the curiosity in you. You're really curious.
Because the young girls are like, I hate this, and then they have a daughter and a son, and they perpetuate the same stereotypes, which I'm not against.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I'm not against it, but I guess I'm not against it. Like, I do love the qualities that I was taught because I was, like, raised to be a wife and a mom. Like, I love to cook. I love to clean. I love to do all those things, but I do it for me, too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm giving myself the love that I would give somebody else.
But I'm saying if hypothetically, if you had two kids, if one of them, let's say you had, like, a 15-year-old boy and a 16-year-old daughter, right? Do you think right now that you would afford them the same type of treatment when it comes to like boyfriend, girlfriend, when it comes to going out, when it comes to like everything they do? Like, are you going to treat them equally?
This is actually such a good question, and
Thank
I
you.
deal with
Thank
it.
you.
No, I really deal with it with my nephews and nieces because
Yeah.
I have a lot more nephews than I do nieces,
Yeah.
and my nieces don't talk about any of it. They're good girls, like they don't talk about it, and I try to like get it out of them, like, do you have a boyfriend?
Mhm.
And they're like, no. But I used to do that as a kid because I'm like, as a girl, you're not supposed to, so
Right.
just like don't talk about it. But then my nephews be saying they have little girlfriends and like they have two sometimes, and I'm like, they tell me too much.
Yeah.
And they're like 14, 13, they're around that same age, and I'm like, I don't know how to do it as
Yeah.
a tia. I wouldn't know how I would do it as a mom.
I remember being like young. I'm talking about like 8 years old, like being babysat by like my aunts and stuff, and then being like you got to get girlfriends. Like, what are you doing? Like,
My mom says that to my nephews.
You gotta. What are you doing?
But it's weird because as a kid, as a girl, I was told my whole life, like, don't get pregnant. Don't have,
That's good advice. But
but as an adult, they're like, when are you gonna have kids? Like,
Oh,
I wasn't
yeah,
allowed
yeah,
to
yeah.
even be with a friend, with a
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
So like now they're like, okay, no
But
te cases temprano, no te hagas. And now it's like,
do you feel like as you got older, you understand a little bit? Because it's like wild out there.
No, I understand a lot of it.
Yeah, it's wild.
I understand a lot of it.
Like you know the whole Latino, like this is like Latino thing where it's like they don't do sleepovers and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And then
it's
you don't
crazy.
understand it, and then you
Yeah.
get older and you realize that like there's people
Crazy
who are
shit was
like sex
happening at
offenders.
sleepovers. Yes.
Like, yeah.
I get it now. So maybe I would, in a way, perpetuate those same
Yeah.
things.
I think.
These are good questions.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad.
No,
I
it's
think it
not
can
bad.
be bad.
Yeah.
It has to be. You have to find.
It's
a
not like your
balance.
only purpose, I guess, is what I would stop. Like the woman's purpose is not solely to be like a wife and a mom and all that.
Oh no, I don't
Yeah.
think. No, I don't. I think your purpose is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess biologically maybe, but then the guy's
Yeah.
purpose is just to make a kid. Like, like if you want to simplify it on both sides, biologically, then yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I often wonder that. I often wonder if I had like kids, if I had a daughter, like would I try to
Perpetuate
be
that
like
same-
one of these progressive new dads that's like, yeah, bring your boyfriend over to sleep over.
Oh, hell no. No,
Yeah,
I'm not doing
or
that.
like- or
but I
like-
wouldn't do it on the other end either.
Or am I gonna be like a respect my house parent?
What would you be?
I think I'm definitely a respect my house parent.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
respect my house.
You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Definitely.
Literally.
Yeah.
I shared a room my whole life, so I didn't.
You
even
did?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until I got older, and I was like, wow, I have my own room.
But when I got older, even though I was the youngest, I definitely got, even till today, I get more, and I'm 35, my sister's 36, and I get more, like, my sister's way more guarded than I am. Like,
Guarded in what way?
like my sister, I feel like if we were out, like, if I went out with my sister, and it was like 4 a.m, they'll like, my dad might be wondering where my sister is. And not necessarily why I'm at.
That's 100% what it is.
Yeah.
Or they feel fine because you're with
Yeah,
the
yeah. Or
brother.
maybe protect. Yeah.
Even though you're younger.
Right. I'm younger by a year though, so
Yeah.
it's not the same. But yeah, that's a very interesting
Yeah.
thing to think. I find a lot of people are so against it and they fall right into it.
That's so real. That's so real.
Yeah.
I think we're all victims of the patriarchy, like men too. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's just that I think maybe that's the problem in dating. We have to refine our roles in society.
But how would it even work? I mean, I guess theoretically it sounds like, well, let's treat them fair. But it's like, what are you gonna go to your daughter and be like, you should have multiple boyfriends? That doesn't even
That's not even it.
Yeah, like
no.
that doesn't. No one would ever say that or think that was like normal.
But they should have said that to men.
You say that to a guy and it's like fun.
Should not say that to men. What do you mean?
It's like it's just fun, you know. Like you said, your nephews, they have like multiple girlfriends. You're like, damn,
Nah.
you outside.
No.
You 14, you outside.
Baby, my brother has 5 boys, and he
Jeez,
always says, "Thank
5
God."
boys?
And he said, "Thank God I don't have no girls." And I'm like,
No,
"Why?
I want girls.
You want girls?
Yeah.
You want to be a girl dad?"
Yeah.
No, 5 boys is crazy though. And I took care of them one weekend. Wild. That
Yeah,
shit
no.
was wild.
Girls are way better. I don't know. I don't know how that started.
I don't have a lot of nieces. My nieces are like older and like they didn't grow up around me. So I have
Women
a
will take
lot of
care of you
nephews.
like when you get sick. Like when you get old and sick,
Yeah.
your daughter will take care of you. Like they'll let you move in with her and her
That's what you're
husband.
thinking about.
Yeah. I'm saying how I can.
I'm definitely that person
I'm-
in my family.
I'm
too.
trying to
That's
get my money
so
back
funny.
on the investment. When you're older, they'll let you move in with their husband, like in the house, and give you a room and be like, no, my dad has to stay here.
Yo, this is so real because
Yeah.
I'm that person in my
Yeah,
family.
this is
I grew up
right.
with a lot of brothers too.
Well, you can't do that with 5 guys. They'll
Yeah,
kick you on the, they'll have you in
yeah.
a nursing home.
Yeah.
can't do that.
You would do that with your family?
No, we can't. We can't.
Yeah, culturally we can't.
Yeah, culturally we can't. I feel like moving forward though, for the younger, it'll probably that's what it's gonna be. I don't.
So that's why I want girls.
Just you want all girls?
That's why you want girls.
Oh
so
yeah,
they
I want
take
girls.
care of you.
Yeah, I want a guy too. Just have him around, whatever. But like, but like a girl. So like.
But I think as a girl, I want a guy because I want to like. I feel like boys just love on their moms.
They do love on their moms, and girls love their dads. Like how you feel your dad.
Period.
Yeah.
1 and 1.
Yeah.
1 and 1.
It's like that. We're all just looking for love.
We all.
We all just want to be loved.
Thank y'all so much for listening to this podcast, for loving on this podcast. If you vibing with it, share it with a friend, comment below, or DM me. Let me know how you're feeling, and listen to previous episodes. And if you want to stay tuned on all things Hella Latina, follow us, subscribe, all the things. The links are in the show notes.